I think we are live. So welcome everyone to the AMA. We are happy you are here and ready to have a nice little chat here and there. So, Mr. Gantner, what have you been up to?
I'm just, eating bonbons and getting caught up on Desperate Housewives and all the soaps. I hear they're really good. Just
Oh,
the year.
okay. Anyone who could actually picture Peter sitting and eating bonbons and watching the housewives of whatever city of the universe or the metaverse, just put like a 13,000 in the chat.
Anyway, guys, we're gonna try to keep this fast tonight. We're gonna go over a couple of quick updates. Not really a lot to cover tonight, as far as we've talked about the market and sharing and what we do and who we are and all that stuff. We've got 100 recordings with all that stuff in it. So we're just going to quickly go through some quick news, maybe answer some questions. If you have them, please put them in the Q&A and we'll answer those right away. And then we'll probably just about be wrapped up. We're continuing to work away. We've got some tremendous opportunities. As a matter of fact, we have so many opportunities, we're probably going to start turning some of them down. And that's without even going out and looking at them. And some of them are pretty freaking serious projects that you'd look at and go, there's no way I'd ever turn that down, but we're going to turn them down. And most of that's because of the, just our current growth of the community is just not, where we'd like for it to be for us to be able to do that. And we've got some exciting and great projects that we're working on right now. So let's just go through them. A lot of questions on the crypto gods of, we were just on another call and the question was, when are they going to launch? When are they going to mint? All that stuff. So next Tuesday, we will have the private sale. So if you put a deposit down, you'll be able to pay the balance of that on CNP in Matic. So on that side of it, the following day will be the public sale. And then we'll sell as many as we can that day and then start really promoting the heck out of it. And driving the crypto gods forward. We'll have a final. We were going to do up to 1,400. I think we're going to lower that down to about 1,200 per each NFT. And then, that'll reduce the supply, but we'll be able to show you guys some of the video rarities. And then the following Saturday, if everything works out well, this is not a firm date. Potentially the following Saturday, we'll have the reveal. So what'll happen is when we mint on Wednesday, everybody, and Tuesday and Wednesday, you'll get a placeholder. It will be the actual NFT, but they'll all be exactly the same. So there'll be however many we've sold in sets and individuals, but they'll be exactly the same. Okay. However, on either that Saturday or the following Saturday, we will do the reveal. And as you guys know, every single one will be unique with a hidden token inside somewhere on the side. So there'll be, 10 of them with a Bitcoin hidden one, but they'll be hidden in 10 different places. And there'll be 10 with another token and 10 with another token and so on and so on and so on. And then some with a Bitcoin and Ethereum hidden, and then so on and so on and so on. All 10 of the tokens that we'll be using will have a significant value or part of the history of the NFT. So on the Ethereum one, it's one of the first tokens that ever launched on it. It's the first stable coin that launched on it. It is the first NFT project, a representation for that. So these all have a significant value to it. However, there will also be 2 one-of-a-kind motion ones. So they'll have the hidden tokens in them, but they'll also have full motion, 2 separate ones that'll be there, and there'll only be one of those made. So, and they'll be randomly done. So somebody who purchased one has a great opportunity to get one of those individual ones. And then there'll be additional ones that will be limited as well. Ones that'll have maybe just the coins turning, or maybe just on the Ethereum one, maybe the beacon is lighting up and there's only 10 of those, right? With the beacon lighting up. But again, they're unique because the hidden coins that are in them. And then you'll have a chance to get those. With the numbers that we're producing, I think that anybody who bought a set should probably end up with, no guarantees, but should end up with at least one rare or ultra rare, right, NFT in the bunch, which will be very cool. As we said, there'll be utility to these. There'll be a play to earn game that we're going to develop. It's going to be fun. It's going to be crypto based type stuff like that. We've got a whole list of utilities that are there, including early access to things by holding on to them, and a whole lot more. So that's where we're working at on that. The price will go up a little bit on the public sale, $225 for the individual ones, and then $800 for the set will be the price there on the day of the public launch. And then, of course, over time, we'll start raising the price on those until they sell out, right? And move forward from there. We will be putting a marketing campaign behind them after the public launch to help drive the value of them and keep things going there. Who knows? Maybe, Vitalik or CZ sees it and goes, man, this is incredible, and posts it on their wall, and they go up 50x, right? 20, 30, 40x, 10x, whatever that may be, whatever that would drive. We've seen things happen with them, and they just go through the roof, right? So that'll on there. Now, at the same time, if you attended the Vegas event, you will also be able to mint the first NFT for that, which is the TruBadger one. You'll be able to mint that at the same time. And then probably in not the next one, but the one after that, we'll have you mint your second one that you're getting for being at the event. So we're going to start getting those, and those will be done at the same time. And we'll have that process put together for you to be able to mint those and get that done. Let's see, what else their update do we have? People are asking about Solar. Solar is in the progress, guys. Their developers happen to be in Ukraine, that were working on the smart contract. Their smart contract developers were based in Ukraine. And of course, we all know that would cause delays for anybody, but they have worked their way around it, and they're okay. So yeah, they're still okay, the programmers and stuff, but they've worked their way around. And Dawn, why don't you give them the rest of the update there on Solar? Okay.
Yeah. So we have a tentative date of the 11th to open up registration. So registration is being laid out right now onto it's being worked on right now on Catapult. So you should be able to pre-register for that NFT. There's no deposit necessary or anything like that. And that should be starting on the 11th. Again, that's tentative. We're waiting on word from them to make sure they're going to be okay with everything that they're doing otherwise. And we'll let you know for sure. We'll update, of course, in Telegram. And that's basically, I think, all we have for Solar. Again, no deposit.
Let me cover a couple things there. So, guys, Solar is I personally, know the people who are running the project and funded the project. We have talked with them, vetted them. Their technology is being audited, all that stuff. This is not a direct Nexus ecosystem project. It's we like what they're doing, and we're making available. When you do mint this, you will do this on their site. This will not be minted on CNP. We're just simply getting a registry of the people that are part of our community that want to participate. You will do it directly with them, and then for the compensation of the value that we're bringing to them, we will get some of their NFTs, which will go in the treasury of TruBadger. We will get some USDT, so some crypto for doing it, as well as we will get some of their token when they launch their token. Okay, so just in full transparency, it is not our project, but we trust them. We believe, we know that they're doing this for the long run. This is not a short-term project. And so, but all that minting and all that stuff will be done on their site. Okay, go ahead, Don.
Yeah, that's all I had for Solar. You mentioned everything for the crypto gods, we were going to do the CMP page is being built out right now. We should be able to show that pretty soon for crypto gods. We'll let you know when that's live and you can take a look at it. You can share the page and you can get it out there and maybe get some public sales. That would be great. I think the only other update that I had, if you want to switch gears, is the Vegas tokens. If you were looking for those airdrops, I've been working on that this week and sending that to the blockchain developer. He's going to load those tokens up in the airdrop area. These are for people who hadn't previously been able to claim them because we were waiting on your wallet. So we got a lot more wallets in the registration for airdrops and sending that in. You should see those pretty soon. I'll of course update Telegram when those are ready. And we'll see what that looks like and how many are left.
Okay, excellent. Marty asked the question, what is the mint cost for Solar? I think it's 200 and it's in USDT, correct? Or not USDT, it's in USD, right, Dawn?
So yeah, we were going to confirm that, of course.
We'll get to the details on it, guys. We'll have them make a video and then get that posted, all right? Let's see, if you bought a ticket but only watched online, is there going to be an NFT available for those people? There's actually an NFT, guys, no matter what, whether you bought streaming or whether you bought the, you were there in attendance. There's a TruBadger NFT, which is done. We're working on a Catapult, a Sapphire and Insights, and a CNP NFT. And so whether you did the streaming or in attendance, you'll get 5 separate NFTs. The slow part was getting CNP up and running and getting a marketplace up and running for those. We've got CNP up and running. We're going to finalize the voting DAO software on Sapphire. Once that's complete, then they will go back and finish working on the CNP marketplace. The people who built the NFT side of it was a different team, but the team that's building Sapphir's back end will also build the marketplace because it's a different functionality. So as soon as they're done there, which should be, we've been testing it for the last week, huge thing will be rolling out in the next couple of weeks, which is our actual voting DAO, which means that you'll be able to start doing votes for TruBadger, and then of course for all of our other projects as we put it together, and we'll be able to start marketing to other projects. Meaning if you know a project that says, hey, we're community driven and they don't have a voting DAO, they can apply for us to run their DAO software. There'll be a monthly setup cost and a monthly cost to that. And then they will be able to then run on our system and have their people come vote on chain for them through via smart contracts. And then that'll have them be a true DAO, right? Something where people have a say so. A lot of projects out there say, and I see it all the time, hundreds of them, we're community driven. The problem is they have no way to communicate with their community to even be community driven. It's kind of like saying, you know, hey, you guys are driving the car, but you're in the trunk, right? You're not driving the car, right? Because you don't have the ability to make those decisions. So anyway, this will bring these projects to a full DAO, start generating revenue for Sapphire. As well, we have a lot of other exciting things that are coming. Like, I don't know, maybe some of you guys would like to protect your NFTs in a Sapphire safe, but we'll get more details on that as we go through the next few weeks. That'll be another exciting addition to being able to protect assets on chain. We can say, guys, that we had several situations now where people, by having their assets in the safe, they ended up going online and giving out their seed words or giving access to their wallet. Everything in their wallet got stolen except for their stuff that was in the safe, right? So we know that it's working. And that Sapphire is protecting people's assets. The people that are using it have their assets protected. And that's a good feeling when you lose a few $100s in BNB instead of, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in all of your tokens that you've done. So if you're not using the safes, I encourage you to use them. They work. You know, that's the number one thing is you want to protect your assets. All right, Dawn, anything else?
Yeah, I think you just about covered it. I can't think of any other update at the moment.
Perfect. Jeff has a question. How many crypto gods will TruBadger hold? At least 75, maybe more of each of the crypto gods. So at least 75, maybe more. All right. All right. President Biden is expected to sign an executive order on cryptocurrency this week. That will mark the first step toward regulating how digital currency is traded. Have you anything about this? Yeah, we know it's taking place. From my understanding of it, it's just an executive order saying we're going to look into it, right? So, and if you've ever had government look into something, it can take quite some time. I've talked about this before. When the Jobs Act was passed, it took 5 years for that to actually be implemented. And that's after it was passed. That's not developing the legislation, getting legislation through, and moving all that stuff through. So, I don't think it's going to it might have a little bit of panic, people worried about it, but there's a long way to go. And guys, we're not afraid of regulation. What we don't want is over regulation. Okay. So I just really want you guys to understand that regulation can be a good thing, because maybe it'll stop so many of these scam projects that are taking away and making people think that there's some real that this is a get rich quick scheme, or a casino, a slot machine at a casino. I'm talking to people and they're talking about, well, I only doubled my money in a week or 4 weeks or 8 weeks or 10 weeks or even a year. Guys, anything that you could double your money in a year is freaking hot, right? I mean, it is the bee's knees. It's incredible. And I don't care. I know people have told me before, yeah, but that's not in crypto. Even in crypto, guys, if you can double your money, it is freaking incredible. Okay. I'm serious, because if we all keep thinking we need to make a 10 or 100x or 500x or whatever else, it's impossible to do. Why? Because somebody has to stay with the project in order for the project to accelerate. If everybody's simply jumping in and jumping back out, then there is no success. Some people will win on that token, they'll lose on the next one. Someone else will win on the next one, and then they'll lose on that one. Because again, in every time, if something skyrockets to 100 million, and then a whole bunch of people sell out and it drops back down to 5 or 10 million, there are more losers than there are winners. Mathematically, there has to be more losers than winners. So that means that all of these projects that are doing that are creating more losers than winners. So if there's more losers than winners, then guess what? There's got to be more people totally in the industry losing money than making money. We have to begin to change our thought process on crypto and the blockchain, that these projects must have utility. They must provide value. There's got to be something there that's going to provide value. Otherwise, it's not any good. And if it's something of value, okay, I'm going to go back to using stocks for an example. If you bought Amazon when it first came out and it pumped up and then came back down, maybe you sold at the top and never bought it again, are you in better shape? Or if you held it all the way through till now, would you be wealthier? Which way? Holding it till now. Especially with most of us, because we don't save the money, we spend it, right? Every situation across the board, guys, you have to look at it from a long-term perspective. If we, the people, do not stop treating cryptocurrency, the question came up about regulation. If you, all of us, keep treating crypto as a slot machine and as a get-rich-quick scheme, then the regulation will be so tough that there will be no blockchain that is decentralized, and there will be no blockchain, no cryptocurrency that you can make any money off of. Short term is what is going to destroy this, and it's going to allow the regulators, when there are thousands of projects on their desk that all were scams. Now, I got to tell you, a scam cannot exist if people don't buy into it. Yes, we are part of the problem. Oh, yes. Yep. Yes, I'll tell you right now. People buying cryptocurrencies, uneducated, and getting in and out of them, you are as much a problem of the industry as the scam artists are. I know that's harsh to say, guys, but it's the truth, right? In order for there to be the victims, that means you have to voluntarily say, I'll buy this token. You have to fall for their nonsense, you have to let the fear of loss and this green spike move you to make a bad decision in order for you to get caught up in it. I will say I'll take the responsibility for every rug pull, everything that happened to me. I recently clicked on the wrong site, didn't follow my own advice, did not check the address 3 times, and lost 15.75 BNB, $5,800. Whose fault was it? The scam artist? I still wish that, well, let's leave that on the side of the road. But it's as much my fault as it was theirs. Yes, they set up a scam, but I was the one who did not do my due diligence and I fell for it. So I have to accept my part of the responsibility in it. It's not 50-50. It's more on the scam artist side, but I am responsible. I was a part of letting that happen because I knew better, but I was in a rush and I did something I shouldn't have done. And I ended up losing for the first time in that manner. Okay. Rick, a couple weeks ago, actually. So just a few weeks ago, right? So even if you know what you're doing, it's easy to get caught up. It's easy to be, oh my goodness, I got to hurry up and do this. I was on the phone, had looked at something. It won't happen again. I got to tell you that much. There's no way. I don't do any sending or trading or anything on the phone anymore. I make sure that I do exactly what I say. If I would have checked the address, like I've said, look at the address bar, and I would have went letter by letter by letter by letter, I would have said, this is not the right site, and I wouldn't have lost $5,800. But again, I didn't. So I didn't do my job. So that allowed for some nefarious scumbag. I won't say the rest. I'm sorry, but it's frustrating to me because that, and then people chasing after something that's not possible. And that is for everybody to buy into tokens and make a gazillion dollars every single time, right? It just doesn't happen. It can't. You can't have 1 million people buy, leverage, get the leverage that it is on liquidity, 10, 20, 30x liquidity in there, and have all of those people pull those profits out and still have the token stay. New people have to come in and buy those and to be a part of that. So, all right, so let's go on.
Rick has some advice. He says he knows about a safe program that you can use. You could talk to Sharona. She can hook you up.
Yeah, this was my BNB. Luckily enough, guys, all of my assets are in safes. All of my Safufied, all of my TruBadger, all that was in there. So there was no even chance of them getting to that. This was the 15.8 BNB that I used to purchase stuff and buy things. And, you know, it's my spending money. It was my spare BNB laying around. So anyway,
Okay.
all right.
I have an update.
Yes.
I apologize. I forgot about this one. You just made me realize it. So safest staking. The rewards, we had a 30-day special rewards, right? And that ended. And we are starting a new set of rewards, and it will be launched this week, working with the blockchain developer to get that going. And it's going to be 1 million tokens per 24-hour period for 15 days. So if you haven't staked yet, please keep staking. Go ahead and stake, and you'll have rewards soon. Again, 1 million tokens per day for 15 days coming up this week.
Perfect. Yay.
You've made many people happy right now, Dawn.
Yay!
I know you can't read the chat. You can't see all of it. Yes, many people are happy.
Yes, there's lots of yay, hooray, hooray, hooray. All right, so a few weeks back, Peter mentioned that some big name was joining Nexus ecosystem or something of that nature. Has that happened? Did I miss the announcement? Estella, thanks for that. It is happened. It has happened. And in the next few weeks, we'll get you guys the details on it. And we'll go from there. So, and it is huge, gigantic, astronomically incredible. You know, hopefully it'll motivate people to share more and get more people involved in the Nexus ecosystem. I think that's one of the big things too, guys, is if we don't talk to our friends and family and people about crypto and educate them on that this get rich quick, people jumping in and out of tokens, you know, then they're going to go do it. We're not going to help prevent them from getting, you know, scammed or getting taken advantage of. So it's very important that we go out and share. What will staking look like going forward? Oh, I guess that was on Safufied, and we already answered that. So again, the staking is supposed to come from the 2% tax. That's low right now, so we're going to keep subsidizing it until we get that looking a little bit better. So, and we actually have quite a bit of tokens put aside to be able to do that. So it's not a small amount, right? We put aside a substantial amount to be able to subsidize that, make it worthwhile for people to stake their Safufied safest tokens. All right, when will we be able to stake safest directly from Safufied? We'll have to, Jason, we'll have to get an update on that. We've been so busy with the DAO side of Safufied and all the other stuff we've been working on. We will ask the programmers this week. Please ask that question again next week. And we should have an update on the time frame on that. Okay. When we'll be able to stake safest direct. Okay, we got that answered already. We're gonna know next week on that one. Are there individuals in Zoom rooms who can explain where to find transactions we need in order to prepare our taxes, especially where can we find a record of a reflection received from comments in the Telegram site? It sounds like we have to know the quantity of each reflection. Yeah, we'll have to ask the programmers on that, guys, but actually you don't need to report your, I'm not a tax advisor, but it's been shown that you don't have to do that unless you sell them, right? So at the end of the day, it's the sale. Doesn't matter how much reflection you got. If you have 1 million tokens and you hold those and you get to 1,000,001, 1,000,002, 1,000,003, 1,000,004, 1,000,005, that continues to go until you sell those. You're not going to get taxed. When you sell those, then you're going to get taxed on the sales revenue. So it doesn't matter how many you acquired through reflection. What matters is what it was worth when you sold it. Was it worth more or less than? If it was worth more, then you have a gain. If it's worth less than what you put in, then you have a loss. But again, I'm not a tax person. However, we may have something to help you guys on that maybe later on this year. As we move forward and go from there. So, but again, it doesn't really matter. There was actually a big court case on Gala Games on staking and reflection. So what the IRS was saying is that when you earned it, if I give you 1,000 tokens for staking, you need to pay tax on those now. That was changed to it's when you sell those is when the tax is due. Okay. So you can go look that up online. I believe it was Gala Games. You can put in Gala Games tax decision and you will see that you got that. Okay. So yeah, so please, but if you do go to your tax person and they say it's the other way around, bring the Google article with you and say, no, here's the ruling. So I don't have to be a tax person. I read the ruling and the ruling is the ruling, right? I'm not giving tax advice. I'm saying here's a ruling that was published in the newspapers, in articles all over Google, that there was a case where they went to it and they said, no, you don't have to pay on the reflection or on reflection is the same as staking or any of that type of stuff. So again, get with your tax person, but it doesn't matter how many you get because it's not something that you need to know. It's when did you buy it? When did you sell it? And all that's available, as Yanni put in there, on the Binance Smart Chain on BSC Scan. BSC Scan, you can see each and every single. Dave is saying that the crypto tax accountants, the CPA tax accountants don't have the expertise in crypto. They don't. But you'll have to find somebody who does. And maybe we might have a solution for that here shortly. So, all right, where you can get people that are absolutely trained. As a matter of fact, maybe we might have a solution where you can go to your tax person and they can get trained by the best in crypto. So you don't have to change your tax person. We'll just train them up and teach them a little bit about taxes. But that's beside the point. We're just sitting around eating bonbons and watching Desperate Housewives or whatever it is that we're watching, or the things from wherever. But so but don't mind us, right? We're just kind of hanging out and doing our thing, right? All right. So what else? There was a couple other things I think we wanted to cover really quickly. So we talked about Crypto Gods. We talked about the event. Someone had asked me an interesting question. They said, what is our relationship with Muon? And I thought I had actually made that pretty clear, but it wasn't clear to them. So I want to cover that again. Our relationship with Muon is, if you go to our website and you look up our lead programmer on the blockchain, just go to TruBadger, and you're going to go down and you're going to see Reza. Okay. Then what I want you to do is I want you to go over to muon.net, muon.net. And I want you to click on that project, and I want you to scroll down and see the team. You will see that one of the founding people have made the same name as our lead developer, right?
Sure.
Now, they might be cousins, maybe they're twins, I don't know, but I don't think so. And they have the exact same name. And the weird thing is their picture looks exactly the same. So our relationship with Muon is this, that one of the founders of Muon is the person who is extremely happy to work with us, extremely happy at how we produce and do things and everything else. And he is the designer and that he leads the development team that built Safufy, built our safe, built Catapult, built the crypto, the smart contract side of Insights, built TruBadger's contracts, built our minting process on CNP, building other things. So let me ask you guys a question. How many guys would like to be able to have an online museum that you can invite friends to, where you can go put your NFTs in like a public museum and people can walk through and see your NFT collections?
Cool.
And what if when they were walking through and they liked one, they could then click on a link and it would take them out to a marketplace where they could purchase it? That'd be pretty cool, right? What if over time, if you had an extensive enough of an NFT one, you could build your own mini museum within the museum area? And then what if over time you could go build your own shop that then people could go into the museum and go, oh, I like this, and then go out to your own marketplace and then purchase your NFTs from your marketplace. And then if you knew some other artists, you could say, hey, you want to put some stuff in my store? I'd love to do that. And you could market your store. You could promote your store. You could do all kinds of stuff. How many people would think that would be pretty cool?
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know who's doing anything like it, but sure. It sounds good. Right, Dawn?
Listen to her.
You caught me up. Yeah.
So, I mean, just literally, we do a little bit of work in between, the commercials that come on during the soaps. We don't fast forward through them. We actually let the commercials play, and then we do a little bit of work, and then we do a little bit more work down the road. So,
well, sometimes Peter goes to the freezer for more bonbons, but
yeah, I'm gonna redo the bonbons. And while we're traveling from the couch to the refrigerator, we actually do design a few things and come up with a few ideas. So, anyway, guys, I'm gonna end here, guys. There's no more questions. I'm just gonna say this. Okay, what is TruBadger? TruBadger is the lead project of. Okay, so we're a community, not growing fast enough. I'm never going to lie to you guys, okay? We ain't growing fast enough, okay? I don't know what we're doing. We're working on some stuff. We're putting together some stuff. We're building some funnels. We're doing all kinds of stuff to do our part. Hopefully, we can have some people out in the field do bigger, better things, and we can get this thing growing. Because I know that there are other projects that are growing by the community, bringing in new people and do stuff like that. But ultimately, at the end of the day, guys, we're on the leading edge of technology. I want you guys, I'm going to tell you this right now, 18,000 projects in the crypto space. At least 15,000 of them are no better than let me be a little bit more generous. At least half of them, 9,000 of them, are nothing more than a clone of a smart contract that somebody else did, and they put it on a different chain. So it was like a project that was successful on Ethereum, so they cloned it and put it on here. Or it was successful and they cloned it and put it on here. Or it was successful and they cloned it wherever, okay? Okay. That is not what we are. With the partnerships, with the projects we're working on, with our knowledge of what is beginning to take place in the space, with our ability to see the future of where this space is going, we are projects that are on the cutting edge of technology. The people that are beginning to. We did the series Crypto Gods to honor, all the guys that have started this, right? So Vitalik, CZ,
yeah.
Gavin Woods, right? The people on a cutting edge. We are those people in 3 to 5 years. Meaning if somebody was to make a NFT 3 to 5 years from now to honor the people that took the blockchain to the next level, they will make NFTs on our projects because that's who we are. Matter of fact, one of the 5 NFTs will be the TruBadger NFT because we know that we will go in the history books of what we've done and how we've done it. And so we're going to be the first ones to do it, but there will be somebody else. When they write a book about the history of blockchain, they're going to talk about 13 years ago, Bitcoin being formed. And then it's going to talk about some of the in-between coins, Dogecoin in there. And then it'll go to Bitcoin Cash. And then it'll go to Ethereum. And then it'll move through the process and it will talk about some of the other projects. This will be written about in those books because we're not just, oh, hey, let's just do this. We're innovating in the space. We're creating value in this space. We will be the projects that other people will copy and replicate. 2 of our partners are on the cutting edge of 2 of the most important things that will take place in the entire blockchain space. And they're going to be the leaders and the biggest in it. And they're our partners. They chose to work with us. They can work with anybody they want, but they chose to work with us. They choose to continue to work with us. They are bringing us ideas. They are bringing innovation to us and saying, listen, we want to partner with you guys on this. They've come to us and said, hey, if we can put together $1 million or $2 million, we can do this on the blockchain that no one else is doing. And we're like, give us a few minutes, right? We're working on it and we're putting stuff together. Once we accomplish the task of that somebody asked earlier of the deal that I'm talking about, we will be lined up and be in a position to be able to have access to millions of dollars in development money to then go out and put that together. That's what we're about, guys. So, and the hard part is that we have people that get excited about, they buy into a token at a $2 million market cap and it goes to 8, and it goes to 10, it goes to 20, it goes to 40, it goes to 50, and they get excited about it and they go tell all their friends about it. They're texting and they're bringing them in, they're bringing them in, they're bringing them in, they're bringing them in. And I know you don't want to hurt these people, but that's exactly what you're doing. Unless that project has a reason to exist on the blockchain, unless that project has a way to generate revenue, just green candles is not enough to go promote a project to people. It's not. Because I can show you 1,000 green candle projects. Squid Games went to $2 billion, total rug pull, total collapse. Green candles is not enough, and it is not a reason to get into a project, guys. You have to look at the team. You have to look at their vision. You have to look at what they're producing. Does it make sense to be on the blockchain? I can create a blockchain tomorrow that is the dirty underwear blockchain, but it has no reason to exist. There is nothing the blockchain will do with dirty underwear that can't be done with dirty underwear off the blockchain. Just putting something on the blockchain. I got to get off my soapbox here because I don't want to go too far. Just putting something on the blockchain does not give it any value. It gives it the ability to manipulate people into getting involved in a project that they wouldn't have gotten involved with if it wasn't on the blockchain. There must be a reason for these projects to exist on the blockchain, meaning the blockchain must provide value that cannot be provided off chain. If it's just doing something that can be done off chain, then it doesn't need to be on chain. And if you take a project that's off chain and you just do it, and there, by the way, there's been projects, oh, by the way, we're in blockchain stock, regular stock rises like crazy. And all they did was say they're on the block, they're doing something on the blockchain. Again, guys, we have to be diligent as people in the field and make sure that people deserve, make sure they deserve to have their market cap rising because they're creating more value. At the end of the day, there must be value behind a project for it to have the cost that it has. We don't buy Ferraris because Ferraris have a cool name. We don't buy them because they're expensive. You buy a Ferrari because it is a fine working, you know, it's an artwork. It's an incredible machine that is built by hand. You don't buy Ferraris because they're made on an assembly line. You buy them because they're made with love and care, and they only produce so many. Why are Rolexes expensive? Is there an extra markup on it? You know, Timex, they both tell times. Why is a Rolex? Because a Rolex is done by master craftspeople. It has components in it that are not in the other watches, like a gold plating, or I mean gold, not plating, but gold as its base, or platinum. There's a reason why. Not normal glass, but more than likely crystals and all these expense things. I'm not a watchmaker, but I understand why they're $10,000 and $20,000, because they've built a name for themselves. That is something that's where people worked hard and they created value for something that makes it worth for you to pay the extra for it. Make the project founders. I don't care. You can go get in as many projects as you want. You can go outside the Nexus ecosystem. I wish you luck and love and happiness and everything else, right? But if you are going to, make sure that the people you are supporting are working and can create the value of it. If it is $100 million market cap, you better be able to say, under business principles, at some point, that company could generate at least $5-10 million a year in profits. If it cannot generate $5 or $10 million a year in profits, revenue, then it doesn't exist. And this includes charity projects, guys. Charity projects are not about making money. Will there be ones that will blend a business opportunity, something that can generate money and will donate money to a charity? Yes. But if it's straight charity type thing, then it's not enough. We've got to start using this when we're getting involved in projects and being a part of them. If we do not, we will be as big a cause of the collapse and the overregulation of the blockchain cryptocurrency space as the scam artists, the hackers, the rug pullers, the honey potters will be just as much to blame. We've got to get educated and we've got to start doing what we need to do, guys, in order to protect the space and move it forward. Now, you don't have to. I'm not your boss. You don't work for me. I care passionately about what's going on in this space. And I know when we set out to do a project, there is only one goal in mind. That is to provide more value than we received from the purchase. I don't care if it's an NFT. I don't care if it's a crypto. I don't care what it is. Our goal is to provide the absolute most value. Our goal is to make these into revenue producing, profitable projects. And it can't be done overnight. And we've got to get that out of our mind, that you're going to get in a token and make 80, 90, 100, 1,000 times your money. Because everybody can't do it. And if you're going to make 1,000 times your money, the chances are, unless it's a real project, somebody's going to lose 100% of their money that they put into the project that helped you make your 1,000 time return. That's all I got to say. And that'll end our AMA. Yes, Marty, you are absolutely correct. We do not have to learn the hard way all the time. We can sometimes learn from others, right? And listening and knowing. It only makes sense, guys. It really, if you look at it, it only makes sense.
Yeah, our future is in our hands. Absolutely. All right. Thanks. We'll see you next week.